Dopest dope I've ever smoked. Hands down, dopest dope I've ever smoked. It's not better than the Blue Oyster. You can't be. I can't handle better than this. Is like
episode halfway through another. It's like it's too much. It's too heavy.
Oh, dude, I love it.
It burdens me.
No, I love it. I mean, it's just like some of these people are so fucking crazy.
I know.
Like,
I can't handle it.
Honestly, like, why do you want all this shit? Like, I just don't understand it.
I mean, because they're literally.
No, I know. It's like a mental
Disorder.
illness. Yeah, it's like a mental illness. I totally get that. But at the same time, it's like when you see literal rat carcasses.
Well, how can you not have a line? That's what I'm saying.
When you see rat carcasses and mice carcasses everywhere.
Oh, I know. They can literally show them dead rats, shit all over.
No, I'm
their
talking about
shit.
like skin and bones, people.
Yeah, and like
Like it ain't like a full fleshed body. It's like literally
it
deteriorated.
almost mummified because it was surrounded by stuff.
Yeah.
And like, rat shit on everything, just everything.
And they want to keep the rat shit.
And then they're just like trying to bring it back. And you're like, bro,
like, dude.
how do you just not have a line? Like, how do you, I just don't understand it. Like, I can understand clutter, but like, there's a certain line where you have to be like, I at least need to like pick this up a little bit. Like,
Yeah, dude. I just like, I don't know.
I don't understand it.
Yeah.
I genuinely don't. Anyway, welcome to Smoke With Us. I'm Blue.
And I'm Eastwood. And this is our virtual smoke circle. If you're new, we like to hang out, talk about shit, tell stories, dream up shit.
All
We
that
thought about
jazz.
so much shit on this show. You should go back and do a binge and listen to all the ideas.
we got plenty of
TM,
episodes for you.
copyrighted. Don't steal them.
Oh, we bringing that back.
No, I just gotta remind him. You just gotta remind him. Anyways, yeah, it's just because it's lonely for the stoners out there in the world.
Yeah, so let's make the world less lonely. This episode is brought to you by East Tree CBD. Go to easttreecbd.com and you can use code SW10 and get all your CBD and Delta 8 needs.
Yeah, 100%.
CBD will make your mornings better. Delta 8, maybe sometimes you're like, I want to smoke, but I don't want to get too high, or I want to smoke, but I want to know for sure I won't get anxiety or paranoia. Well, guess what? There's Delta 8. You can do that now. And I think they now have a thing called Delta 10, which we haven't even tried.
Yeah, and so Delta 10 is basically like the sativa version of Delta 8. Delta 8 is more chill and like relaxed. Delta 10 is supposed to like give you energy and like jazz you up.
At least that's what we hear. Like we said, we haven't tried it yet, but that's what we hear.
Regular THC and weed is still better, but
If
this
you're
other
talking about
shit-
knockout power for sure.
yeah, but this other shit, it's pretty good.
And it's legal. So go to easttreecbd.com. Use the code SWU10 and save 10% on your purchase.
Yep. And today we're smoking on some purple mimosa. I love this strain. I've been toking on it for a couple days now, and it's great. It's a great strain.
It hits well. It hits really well.
Yeah, and it doesn't knock you out, but it's just we're gonna rate it at the end, so I'll kind of go in more to it then.
How high are you?
I'm probably an 8.
I'm 7.5.
Yeah.
All right, guys, catch up with us. Pause episode, catch up, and we'll see you on the other side.
And we're back,
And we back,
dude.
brother.
Brother.
Did I talk about liking old man words?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do, dude. I'm starting to like him. Brother, chief, boss.
Bro, I had what felt like a free world yesterday. So like I went boating with some friends and we just started off with like drinking. Like it was like 12.
Yeah.
Like we're eating some food and just snacking and drinking and stuff and just boating and listening to music and having a fucking good old time, man. And then 2 of us brought marijuana, me obviously being one of them, and then the other one being one of my friends. And we were like one of the only people on the lake too. Like it was a Tuesday when this happened. Today is Wednesday. So we were just like literally no one, like maybe a few fishermen boats, but they stay like to the edges.
Yeah, because they want to
Catch fish, and they don't want you
be in private.
and they don't want you like disturbing their waters and shit.
Spook the fish.
But we just like for the whole most of the day. I mean, towards the end, some people started to kind of show up, like towards the evening time because it got like really nice out where we were at. But dude, We were just smoking joints and blunts and just passing bowls around, drinking alcohol, listening to music.
Nice.
Like occasionally getting in the lake or like at least getting out and getting our feet wet and just like chilling there. We were like having like dinner or whatever. And we just sat there and all of us were just like high as fuck on this purple mimosa shit. Just sit like literally just vibing, just chilling. And I was like, God, is this what like legal weed like feels like? We're like, I'm not like, I don't have the pressure of like someone like a DNR coming up to me like, what are you guys smoking on? You know, all that shit. Even though we had that, it just no one was there.
Yeah.
So literally like no one gave a fuck.
Yeah.
And we were just like boating too. And I was like, they were all lighting up cigarettes and I was lighting up joints and stuff, dude. I was like, bro.
Nice.
And then my friend, she came into town to see us and she gave us all half an edible. And she was like, it was like right when we were like ending it.
Mm-hmm.
She was like, I would give you a whole one, but I fainted when I got on my plane. From a whole one that she took at 6 a.m.
I always, if I go on a plane, I always take a half. I never take a whole edible on a plane.
Dude, this bitch is fearless. She fucking had a baggie, like a little like just like a Ziploc bag, and it was full of like pecans and almonds and like wasabi peas and like just different nuts and then a bunch of different gummies. So it looked like a trail mix.
Yeah.
But the gummies were edibles.
Yeah.
There's she had a shit ton.
Why? What was fearless about that?
I just have never like thought of that, like thought of doing that.
I've told you how to fly on edibles.
No, I know you have. I know you have. But it was just, I don't know, dude. It just hit me. I know you have this whole thing where I don't listen to you, blah, blah, blah. We went about it last episode. If you guys want to hear about it, that's when we went this.
How did this hit you different?
I was high as fuck too, probably. So maybe my mind was just clearer. I don't know. I've been going through a lot recently. Anyways.
I told you this like 8 years ago.
But I think like just seeing the baggie and how much she had in it, I thought like it was like a few. And I've always been terrified of bringing anything marijuana related on a plane.
Yeah.
But it was crazy. I was like, damn, bitch, I'm gonna fucking have to do that shit. And just go buy a bunch of edibles and some peanuts and stuff. Fly around.
You just put them, or you just buy baked goods and put them in a Ziploc bag.
Yeah.
And then it looks like your mom made you some brownies for the travel.
Anyways, we're leaving this thing. She gave us an edible and she's like, probably hit you in about 30 minutes. I was like, you know what? I didn't even think about driving at the time. I was like, you know what? Fuck it. It's half one. One was going to knock me out. Half one will just probably make me feel real good. Boy, did it make me feel real good.
So good. I pulled over.
No, I didn't pull over. I probably should have, but I didn't. And I tuckered through it, dude. I just was like focused. And
who's Tucker?
I don't know. I literally just felt I had the windows rolled down. I was listening to some fucking music and just like, yes, this is it. Like, this is the feeling I want to feel all the time. Which just is like utter happiness as I'm just cruising down a highway.
Nice.
It was beautiful, man. It really was. And I was just like, man, the power of marijuana.
I feel you. Do you not think you could have that feeling anytime?
No, I think I do. I think I could. I think there's just a lot of things that I have to work on.
I feel you. I agree.
And
my own life.
there's a lot of fucked up shit outside of my own life that's happening around the world. And I don't think it's going to probably feel like a good time for probably like a little while. Just in general. Cause like the pandemic and like all the stuff around me.
That's
and shit.
almost off. But what besides the pandemic, what of any of this negative shit has actually affected your life differently?
Well, the whole election and shit like that.
But like, what has actually affected your life different?
I mean, nothing's like directly affected my life, but I'm just saying like in general, like I feel like there's just, and I've talked to a lot of people about this. A lot of people feel this way too. There's just feels like this sense of like gloom over everything.
I agree.
It's just like this like utter like, just no matter what anyone does or anyone says, it's just someone has something negative to say, someone doesn't agree with it, and then like it's just like polar opposites on both sides.
No, I mean, and I totally feel you, but like, isn't it then our responsibility to unplug from the unhealthy thing?
Sorry about that.
Like it has shown us it's cancer.
No, I have, and I have, and
so then like release.
I have been doing that. You know, honestly, when I did my little like, I only did it for like 2 weeks, but my little like social media-esque purge, like a purge the main things that really like sucked the time away from me.
Are you back on Facebook?
No, hell no. I don't think I'm going to be. I think Facebook's like scarred me.
That's good.
I just didn't. I think what happens to me is I get bored really easily.
Yeah.
And so, and it may be like ADHD. I don't know. But like,
I don't think you have ADHD.
not to like blame it on something either, but like at the same time, like I just get so bored when I'm doing something, and it could be like actively watching a TV show. If the TV show bores me, I want to pick up my phone and do something on it. I downloaded fucking games, which I never did before.
Yeah, I don't think that's ADHD.
No, I know.
The whole world's talking about that. And they already say ADHD is overdiagnosed.
So for me, it's like people are like, oh, it's social media. I'm like, no, I think it's like actually the phone. Like just the capabilities of the devices, I think, are the problem. I think social media can probably be managed a lot better, obviously, but at the same time, I like, what are the devices that people are using to get on to the internet? That's the real like, because it's just like the capability.
Yeah, I mean, there. I agree with you to some degree.
I'm not saying delete cell phones. Like that's not.
I mean, you could go to flip phone.
It's not a realistic thing. I actually think it is. I'm not going to.
No, I know, but I think we all got addicted, and so then we all just lied to each other, and we're like, well, it's not realistic to live without this, but it is. Because it's unrealistic to live without it and not have a computer. I'll give you that. But if you have a computer, 99% of us genuinely don't have to respond to emails right away. Your anxiety, your OCD, your fucked upness will tell you always have to be like, I have to get back to them right away. But you don't have to. You don't even have to get back to text. Because even the people who care about text are horrible at getting back to text. If they get bored in the text conversation. You don't need any of that all the time.
Yeah.
You need some of it at very specific times. And so if you have a way to access that, that's all you need. So if you have a computer, you don't need to have a touch phone.
I just hate fucking flip phones, period.
I mean, that was fair. I said all that just to say, I mean, I'll probably still have a smartphone.
I'll get a shitty one, like a shitty Android. I am not doing a flip phone.
Yeah. I don't think I'm going back to a flip phone, but
no, you know what we should do? We should do Windows phones.
Ugh.
Exactly. Literally the only thing you can do is text and call.
It's like on a touch screen.
But it's shit. They don't even have fucking Facebook on their app store. Or they do, they have just
I think they got that a few years ago.
Because when I I was an ambassador for an HTC Windows phone one time when I worked for a cell phone company. And I had to switch the phone for a week. And I was like, this is they didn't have Instagram. They didn't have Snapchat. They didn't have any of these things that I liked.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm supposed to sell this to people? Okay, grandma and grandpa who don't do shit.
Yeah.
Like, here you go.
They have those apps now.
Good God. Well, actually, they stopped making Windows phones.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, they don't make them anymore. Thank God. Because and it was a total joke because everyone was like, yeah, like after the week, you can just go back to your phone. Like you don't have to actually sell any. I was like, I'm not going to. God. Yeah. I don't know. So I think, what were we talking about?
Well, you were saying like, you almost feel like, at least what I picked up on, you were saying almost the external things of this world will keep you from for like truly feeling like free or happy. And I was saying, well,
and I'm saying like
just unplug
completely free. So I'm not saying like even like joyous moments.
Are you talking about like complete? Are you talking about an idea of freedom that's almost like a mystical heaven?
Basically, like it was definitely the marijuana. Like I know it's like I'm good. Like I know.
But I'm saying, but you had that on Earth, which means you could have that anytime you wanted. You're telling yourself lies.
I'm just high all the time. Like I just have to be high constantly.
Or you
feel that.
Yeah, it will help for sure. I think you can get there without getting high though.
I don't know. It sounds like too big of a task right now that I don't want to think about. So,
I mean, that's fair. You can say like you don't want to work hard enough. That's fine. That isn't fair.
No, I feel like I'm definitely like getting in a way better place than I was.
Yeah, I would say so too.
Like a way better place.
Yeah, and also I say this more as it would probably be a lot of hard work even for me to feel that way, right? But I still want to know, like it's good to know Everest is climbable.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? So like, I'm more pointed out to be like, you could have that. I'm not saying it's not hard,
Yeah.
but you could have that all the time without weed.
Yeah. No, and I definitely believe that. And I'll get to a place, and I'm not like saying like,
And slash, I like weed a lot, so maybe why try if I can always get there with weed?
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like math, you can do all the math without a calculator, but sometimes it's nice to have one.
Yeah.
Did you hear that?
Yeah. No, I didn't, because my phone says that it's at 20% and it's plugged in and charging.
Okay, well then let's fix that and then I'll repeat what I
Well,
said.
it's not, but it says it's charging. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, guys.
Okay. So anyways, I was saying it's just good to know, like, I just want to make sure like people know out there, new, like, it's not that it won't be hard work, but it's just like, it's good to know that you could get there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I said without marijuana, I was like, but at the same time, I also love marijuana. So maybe I just get to a spot where all I need is a little marijuana and I'm always there. Cause it's like, I could achieve it, but at the same time, might as well. I'm already using it all the time. It's like, you can do all the math without the calculator. But sometimes it's nice to use a calculator. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Dude, the most annoying thing too about like all this mental health shit, I feel like our country sucks absolute dick with mental health.
Yeah.
Like, and I've actually talked to a few people and they're like, yeah, that's how it's been for years. And I'm like, what?
Yeah, I think all countries do though.
Like, and that's a problem, like across the fucking board, dude. Like, God, mental health can cause so many things to go wrong with your body.
Yeah.
And I mean, literally you can kill yourself like with it. Like, it needs to be taken more seriously. And I just feel like for a program, like I have contacted literally probably like 5 or 6 different programs within our city.
Yeah.
And they're all absolutely full.
Wow.
And then like my doctor is just like, well, if you can't join a program, nothing else I can do. And I'm like, so either I have to literally become like, I literally have to either stay there and do like a 6-month thing or get nothing. And I'm like, dude, I don't need that. Even the fucking person was like, I mean, I can make a case, but like, do you need it? Probably not. She's like, you seem like you're in a good spot. I mean, a lot of it seems like it was like a couple months ago. And I was like, yeah, it really was. And I think my medicine's helping and working better now because we switched that up a little bit. But I'm just like, dude.
But it's still crazy you can't.
Yeah, it's just fucking nuts. Like,
yeah.
Expand the fucking program then, bitch. Like, that's my thing with it is just like, and I know they got to keep it kind of small, but at the same time, like, you're part of a whole hospital network.
Yeah.
Like, why can't each hospital have like a wing for mental health where people can go and they can get therapy or they can go and like stay. Also, you don't feel like you're fucking alienated in this weird ass space.
Yeah.
Like, it feels so fucking weird. It feels like a fucking prison. And I'm like, who would want to come here? Absolutely no one.
Right.
Like, and there are some places out there that are trying to change the game and that are, but they're like
usually expensive,
but they're not everywhere.
Yeah. So it's only like the people in that city can take advantage.
Yeah. And like literally I called them and they have a place in Chicago
or can move,
and which is semi close to where we're at. And they're like, oh, sorry, we can't help you because we don't have like the specific shit for your state. And I was like, oh, okay. Like, I didn't realize that was a thing.
Yeah.
And they have multiple things across multiple states.
Right.
They started in Denver, actually. But I'm just like, oh my God. It just makes me so bad. I want to create something. And like another thing too, that I just like, I think mental health help should be borderline free.
Yeah.
Like, I think it is outrageous. And some people try to help and like try to get like whatever. But if you don't have insurance, that shit is outrageous. Like, no wonder people just kill themselves. Like, it's just easier.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, like, as sad as that is, like, if you guys feel the way, please get help. Don't like do that. But at the same time, like, no wonder people get in these spaces, in these headspaces, and they just feel completely hopeless. And then these people are assholes to you on top of that.
Yeah.
They like don't give a fuck about you, and you can tell.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair to those people, they need more workers in there, and
100%.
and they do for all the real mental health things that are out there, there also are some babies, and there also are some people who want attention.
Sure. Yeah.
And you could argue maybe that's mental health.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But because of that, it's like they can't judge if you're really too bad.
Yeah.
Without like knowing you. And they get a lot of bullshitters.
Yeah.
And I would say the vast majority aren't. But at the same time, the vast majority of our lives are pretty nice, but we all remember the bad shit. So you remember the shitty people more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if you even give them an inkling of like that person, they're going to be like, you need to get, so does everybody. Why? But I mean, that being said, they shouldn't be like that. Like, people are trying to get help.
You probably should not have that job if you feel that way. Like, I mean, unfortunately, like I know it probably cycles through people quickly.
You do realize that no one can get help. I don't know. Have you heard therapists talk about their patients?
Can we just, this is what we do. We launch the AI robot train at stress centers. So the only thing they know how to do is be nice.
That's true. You get some AIs in there. That's really gonna be helpful.
Clean that place up.
So as you could probably get the AIs to like be like smooth enough to like almost like pre like test them.
Yeah.
And so like if they are bullshitter, they're like, oh, okay, we're gonna send you down this path.
You know what would be nuts? To have AI therapists.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I would want to know though. Like, I'm fine if AI got to the point we can't tell, and then you just sneak it on me. Do that. Don't tell me. Don't ever tell me. Don't ever tell me.
Yeah, I'm dreaming up over here, guys. I got this whole like little AI mental help. Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know the solution for it, honestly. Like, and it's never been something that people have taken seriously at all. Like, it used to be probably way worse. Actually, it was way worse. But
I think it depends on I think it also depends on what area of mental health you're talking about.
Yeah, I'm talking about like,
because we used to have a way more psych wards, like in a good way and somewhat in a bad way. But like depression, maybe not necessarily. Well, I don't know, that they were fucking electrocuting people, so they took it somewhat seriously.
Well, too, like, like for one of the stress centers I went to, depression and anxiety is not even like, they don't consider that a stay in treatment thing at all. So like the only time they'll ever consider you for is if they think it's more than that. If they think like you might be bipolar or you might have like blah blah blah, like
even if you're like really suicidal,
probably really suicidal, obviously, but
they would probably also maybe say that's more than depression.
But generally, like, but it's like, here's the thing I told my doctor. I was like, I feel like people aren't willing to help unless you're saying I'm actively killing myself.
Yeah, well, it's almost
and that's what's frustrating, because it's like, I don't want to get to that point.
Well, yeah, but it's also, I feel you. I think now we're getting to just the point where we're talking about critiquing the medical system, because it kind of is that way with almost all of it, though. Like in hospitals, I always tell people, and they think I'm joking, they laugh at it, but like I got this advice from a guy who did it, and I was like, you're right. Like in a hospital, if your nurses aren't coming to ringing, like you ring a few times and he'll come, just start yelling, you can't breathe, because then they have to come. Because you yell anything else, they don't have to.
See, I've never had that experience. I've gotten a few surgeries, but I've always like,
how many of the surgeries did you have to stay a few nights or a night?
I've had like 2 or 3 hernia surgeries so far in my life.
You have to stay in?
Yeah.
Okay.
At least for like 2 or 3 days.
Okay. Well, I'm just saying though, like it happens.
No, I'm sure it happens to multiple people. Like, I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but
yeah, I mean, but I'm sure there's people that like
maybe I just have.
But at the same time, there's people that can pay enough that are in the right areas that are like.
Yeah, that's true.
I've always been able to get into like my depression things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you don't judge it on the best, you judge it on the worst.
Yeah. I don't know. I literally told my doctor that. I was like, I feel like you guys just want me like to say I'm going to kill myself for you to fucking do anything.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like frustrating.
Yeah. And I feel you. But again, especially your doctors, they're seeing a lot of just bored housewives.
Yeah, I know.
That are like, my life's sad. And they're like,
but then like, I don't know. I just think there's obvious signs that like people put out.
There definitely needs to be more help.
Yeah.
For sure.
But
it's just like they got a hard. I'm just saying, like they got a hard thing too. Like the whole thing's hard and annoying and horrible.
yeah. And they don't like filling out paperwork, which is
What's really
annoying.
yeah, actually though, that's I would say more so like the minutia is when I really started like agreeing with you. Is like they're not filing the paperwork, or they're not sending it all in, or they aren't giving you medicines, or like are being really lax about it or something. That's the minutia that I do. I'm like annoyed with. I'm like, wait, like this is your job though.
Yeah.
like I understand why it might be hard to judge me or whatever, but then when we get to a point, that's when you actually need to do something. That's why you're getting paid.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? Like I guess like, yeah, the judging I can like be more forgiving on, because like I get it. You see a lot of people saying a lot of things. It's like, but once we decide I'm in the slot, you better fucking do the slot, bro.
No, I know, and they don't, dude.
You're 100%
Like,
right.
well,
dude.
now she's like, well, now you need a more elevated help. I'm like, then why are you getting paid?
Right.
I went to my doctor, who then referred me to you because this is your specialty. Who then now you're referring me to somebody else because it's too bad.
Yeah, I'd be like, bitch, it's time for you to elevate. Okay. It's like, we're digivolving. Come on now.
I'm like, dude, what the fuck? I told her one time, I was like, I'm thinking about going to get a second opinion. And she was like, she literally did exactly what I wanted her to do. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, because she wants the money.
Oh my God. I'd rather you do everything for me because you see me as a paycheck than you not to.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it adds more stress. And that's the thing too that pisses me off. People with mental health, you have to do everything.
Yeah.
So it adds so much more stress
That's
to you
true.
that you're already like, what? Like, it should just be, okay, cool. Give us just this basic information and sign this to allow us to gather the rest.
That's probably the most annoying thing is it's like there's not a network that you can even get passed around in. Do you know what I mean? So it's not even like you signed up this thing. It's like, hey, we're gonna try this. It's like, oh, you say that's not working. Okay, then we got this guy. Try that. It's like, oh, you say that's not working. You know, you can't even get bounced around a million times. And like you getting bounced around is like you choosing where to go next.
Exactly.
Like, yeah. So that's super annoying.
And the only reason why she
feels like it could be changed.
The only reason why she even mentioned a stress center is because I did. I said, I've been thinking about going to a stress center. What do you think? She goes, oh, that's a great idea. That's the next step. And then it just seemed like at that point she was like, oh my God, you just answered my question for me. Because her question was, what do I do?
Yeah.
And he was like, oh yes, they have that. Boom. And then she's like, oh, and then they'll do all your paperwork for you. I was like, oh my God. I was like, you know what? I'm not paying this bill.
The thing that drives me crazy about that paperwork shit is like, just train somebody really good. Like, why are you paying nurses? Have them sign everything down.
They have a medical assistant.
That's what I'm saying. Like, have them sign everything down, and all you gotta do is stamp it. Just get a stamp of your signature and go.
I think they need to have more administration, period. I mean, the stress center was a little bit more elevated, obviously, because it's run by like a legit hospital and shit. But at the same time, like these like little, even the place that I go to is still ran by a hospital, but it's just small. Like they don't do any in treatment at all.
Yeah.
It's just you see a therapist there or you see your nurse practitioner. But still, like, even with that, I'm like, you guys get someone to do paperwork. You have a whole ass room here that is empty.
Right.
Set up some cubicles, hire 5 to 6 people.
Yeah.
And that be their job. Like, oh, you have someone who's doing like workman's comp or doing a leave for like through work. Cool. You set of people get to file this and get to like contact them and all that shit. It's not that fucking hard.
Yeah.
But that also could be a testament to that some companies probably don't want to invest into that.
Yeah.
Because they are investing into a whole ass hospital. And so that's why I think, because like the few companies that I have seen that are doing really well, they're like independent, almost like rehab facilities, but they're just for mental health.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's the vibe that I get from them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know.
I feel you. Whole thing's kind of fucked.
It really is, but I don't know. One day, I promise, guys, you'll figure it out. It just kind of comes.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that's kind of the best and worst thing about life is like you just gotta be like, just survive, and eventually you'll wiggle the right way.
But needless to say, boating was really fun and I felt very free.
Oh yeah.
I went to a big whole thing. But yeah, man.
Mm-hmm.
So New York recently legalized marijuana finally after it was basically legal.
Also has like the biggest murder rate of like his whole lifetime.
Since weed has been legal?
No, just in general.
Oh, yeah.
They all need weed.
Wiz Khalifa posted something and he was like, I'm in New York smoking a blunt. And then he kept singing, like basically saying like smoking where you can smoke cigarettes because that's their law.
Oh, that's nice. That's
So
a nice
you can
law.
smoke, and there's a couple.
You just have
Oklahoma,
to be like 20 feet away from a door essentially or something.
yeah, Oklahoma has it. You just have to follow the rules.
Can't be out of school.
It's just like cigarettes.
Yeah, see that is the law. That's the law that needs to be passed everywhere. Like a lot of places don't let you smoke in public. But even usually, to be fair though, usually those laws, I don't know any place that's like, hey, you can't smoke in public places. That like heavy reinforces them. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Sure, no one's gonna smoke at a Little League game for sure. You know what I mean? But at the same time, if a dad like walked off of a Little League game and like smoked in like a little forest area real quick and came back, no one says shit.
Yeah,
You know
that's
what I mean?
true.
Or if you are at a park and you're at like the other side of a park, you know what I mean? Because like a Little League game, you're like in the stands with people.
Yeah.
But you're on like, you know, just in your own corner of the park, usually no one gives a fuck. Like, you know what I mean? And the most that will happen is be like, hey man, can you put that out? And you go, oh, okay.
But if I'm on a boat and everyone's lined up a goddamn cigarette, I better be able to lap a goddamn joint.
See, but that's how the law should be. Yeah, dude. Anywhere you can smoke cigarettes, you can smoke a joint.
I mean, it just makes sense because like,
Cigarettes smell.
but
we just used to 'em.
weed. I mean, I may get guys correct me if I'm wrong, and you can correct me too, Blue. But I believe weed probably is a little bit better than inhaling cigarette smoke.
Yeah, for sure. Well, because as long as you're getting that good, because okay, so like the thing that really kills you in cigarettes isn't the tobacco.
Yeah, no, it's the fucking
It's like the
carcinogens.
fucking like tar and like, you know, the smallest chemical blend for a cigarette company of any of them. Guess how many?
Like number of things in the cigarette.
Chemical blends. Yeah, number of chemicals.
22.
120. That's the least. That's like if you found that one that has the least
Boy.
amount of chemical blend. Most of them go to 150 to 300.
Yeah, so we're talking
like,
to
the
you
things
people
you
who
get,
smoke
like-
Indian cigarettes and think that you're fucking out here smoking healthier cigarettes.
Actually, they
bitch.
might be. I don't know. Those might be natural tobacco. I'm talking about like,
I'm just joking. I think they actually are.
I don't know. I think everyone's just kind of racist about them. I think they just see like an Indian dude in a pipe and they're like, the natives wouldn't steer me wrong. Which honestly, if I was
Is it even called Indian?
is American Spirits. But honestly, if I was a native, what I would do is make a cigarette company, make it the worst tobacco, like just killing people. And then tell all the white folk, this is good Indian shit. Like, it will heal your lungs. And then just kill them all.
Oh my god, I love it.
I'm just saying.
I honestly think they're the best cigarettes though, tasting wise.
I would agree tasting wise. And I think they at least to me, because I every once in a while will roll like a natural, like just tobacco cigarette, like hand roll it. They taste the closest to like hand rolled cigarettes, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So even if they are, I feel like they would have less. But anyways, the thing that people really get addicted to too isn't the nicotine. Like they kind of get addicted to nicotine, and usually it's the thing that holds them there to some degree. Like, because you can get off of the other chemicals as long as you're feeding one of them, and that's how people use vape and go down. But it's the whole chemical blend. So that's why when you smoke like a different, like other than your brand, that's why it's still like technically like takes the edge off. But you're like, it's not as good as a Camel.
Yeah.
It's because you're literally addicted to the whole chemical blend of a Camel.
Well, yeah.
So like you genuinely do feel like it's like, it's hitting most of them, but there's a few it's not hitting.
Yeah, I know some people who are friends of mine who tried quitting cigarettes and doing vaping because I vape. I've never like really smoked cigarettes. I've only vaped.
Same.
And I've vaped at the lowest nicotine level I can to a 6. It makes me want to fucking cough everywhere. But
It is harsher.
it really is. They were just like, they're like, it just doesn't hit the same. I'm like, dude, it's because you're addicted to like, 1, the whole cigarette. 2, the experience of it too is just different. And so like you don't have something between, like you can get a Juul and that might be able to help you. But at the same time, like if you just get like I like the big bulky vapes because I feel like they're better for you in the long run.
Well, I think they're better for you as far as the juice. You can be careful about the juices you buy.
Yeah, 100%.
Where like if you get the pods, you just got to trust that pod. Do you get what I'm saying? Which to some degree, you just have to trust companies almost in anything. But you can like purposely go for people that are like if you get a Juul, you're buying big tobacco pods.
Yeah.
So like if they weren't good to you when it was just a like plant, why do you think they're gonna be good to you when it's literally chemicals?
Yeah. What's that fucking commercial like where they always like were bashing cigarettes, like True something?
Yeah, like
True Life or
like
whatever.
Truth something.
Dude, their vape commercials crack me up.
And
Because
do you notice they always go after like the big tobacco ones?
Yeah.
Because it's like, because the big tobacco ones are the ones giving you like metal in your lungs.
Yeah. Well, the thing too that's hilarious to me about the whole thing is they don't have any absolute facts because no one knows. We haven't been able. It hasn't been around long enough for us to see.
to know for sure
the ramifications later.
Yeah. So they're like in 80
years. They're like, it may ruin your lungs. It may do that. I'm like, so anything. Like, what the fuck?
They're like, so does living in a coal cat town.
I was like, it may, bitch. Like, no. So it may be injecting harsh metals into your lungs, and I'm like, dude, this is so fucking stupid.
I'm like, I may have mold in my house.
Exactly. Like, oh my, it's just so fucking stupid. I just don't. I'm like, if I was them, I was like, we're not running this shit. This is fucking dumb.
Well, okay. I actually thought about this with them. If they succeed with cigarettes, like let's even say, because I'm not gonna say vape is for sure like not neutral for you. Like maybe it is bad, maybe it's less bad, whatever. Whatever.
All I'm saying is I've had a screening for mouth cancer at the dentist, and I've had my lungs x-rayed recently, and they are perfect.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah. Well, I mean, in my opinion, especially if you don't do like big tobacco vape things, unless there's something we don't know about, it's 100% better for you than smoking.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Like, I don't know. And here's I know this isn't science. No one come at me if you're a big old fucking science nerd. Like, technically, that's not even a real experiment. But I mean, like, I saw this dude, he did this thing where like, he like put like 100 fucking cotton balls in like a 2-liter and then connected like this fan to it so that he could like put a cigarette in this thing and it would suck the cigarette, blow the smoke into the 2-liter, so it'd get in there and then you blow out the smoke from the 2-liter. You know what I mean? So like it's like a pseudo lung if you get it.
Yeah.
And he did that with both vape and cigarettes, and he let the vape thing go forever. And he just did one normal cigarette. And like, of course, the cotton balls are just like death. Like they just like look like death. They're just black. They're like, you probably really like them. They're solid black and like spoopy. And then the cotton balls with the vape was like wet.
Yeah.
Like,
it was vapor. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like they didn't even discolor at all. And he had it run for like 10 more minutes than the thing. And so it's just like that alone is like, okay, I feel like one is just like obviously better. I'm not saying like you'll be fine, but if you're going to do one.
Well, and a lot of the chemicals like are used in a lot of different things.
Yeah.
For vape juice.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
and a lot of edible things too.
Yeah. And you should, but you gotta be careful. I do understand that and like do research and shit, but
yeah, guys,
but
don't be buying this fucking $1.99 juice at a gas station. That shit.
I see. And I even understand the appeal of like these prepackaged bullshits that I see a lot of friends buying now. I can't trust them.
No,
I can't.
And my sister had like, she uses like a
puff stick or something.
Yeah. Like she uses that.
Yeah. And Louis does. I can't trust them. Like, I mean, I'll take like one hit off them, but.
And it's just like, oh, like the nicotine level is just so fucking high.
Yeah.
And like, it kills my throat.
You
like
can taste it.
Yeah. I am convinced that I'm always going to be a cougher. I think
I know, dude.
I
can't understand. I've seen, especially some rips, dude. I'm like, how are you even taking that rip? I don't understand.
I think genetically, you just have better lungs than me.
That's what I'm saying, or something. Like I just accepted genetically. I have a pussy throat and lungs. That's it.
Also,
I just accept it, and I even let people know before. Like they'll be like, "Hey, you want this dab?" I was like, "Yeah," but just before we get started, just know my throat's a pussy, and I'm gonna need your help.
Yeah.
And they're like, what? Are you serious? I was like, 100%. Like, and then I get off of it like 3 seconds in. I'm like,
Yeah. Bro.
Because if I do that, then they'll always take it. You know what they used to do to me?
What?
And they're like, no, man, don't waste it. I'm like, don't waste it. Like trying to like shove it in my coughing mouth. Like I
Was
felt
that Lumi?
not just Lumi, everybody, dude. Like, and I felt like a chick who's like, okay, yeah, I'll blow you. Just give me a second. I just got to fix something real quick. And then like just a dick going against your face. Like, just taste it. I'm like, 1 second. It was horrible, dude. Oh man.
That's so funny.
Don't worry. I Me Too'd every one of them.
What was I gonna say? Oh,
Pussy throat, pussy.
no. So when I have this like thing now when I see people cough, and it's not even like if you're like hacking a lung up, I'm probably gonna have a little bit more of a dramatic response. But if it's just like like, you know, just subtle coughs, I'm like, yeah, it's getting to you. Like you're gonna get high.
Oh yeah.
Like I just have this like instinctual thing where I just want to be like, see one of those.
Oh, see, I feel that though when people cough a lot. I'm like, oh boy, I got to cough to get off, motherfucker.
Yeah, for sure. It works, and that's why I'm just embracing my cough.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, I cough with a fucking vape, so I mean, it is what it is.
That's what I'm saying. Pussy throat, bro.
Like I feel like I want to cough now.
Pussy throats forever.
Pussy throats for life, bro. So I went to Zoomies, which is like a skate shop for those of you who don't have Zoomies near you. And it's not a skate shop; it's a corporate skate brand.
It's like a skate
they do sell
apparel.
skateboards and they do build them there.
It's more like, but it's more of apparel.
Yeah. Anyways, but I was looking at their hats and they had a Virginity Rocks hat.
That reminds me of that one shirt we had in high school.
Virgin Power.
Yeah, we got these shirts made. And I think it's because my dad made a bet with me.
Yeah.
He's like, I'll give you $50 because like I think we jokingly were like, wouldn't it be hilarious if we showed up with shirts that said Virgin Power? And then my dad was like, I'll give you each $50. Or maybe it's 20. Anyways, if you wear that for a whole day at school, you can't cover it up though. And we were all like, okay. And we did it.
Yeah, he went out and literally had the shirts printed for us.
Yeah. And actually it was a big hit at school. People were like, that's great.
Right?
Oh, dude, do you remember Corey was with us on the way out? And this one girl who... okay, I don't necessarily agree with slut shaming or anything, but she was known as the school slut. Like she definitely slept around. And Corey, she was like, Virgin Power. She's like, I want a shirt like that. And Corey just goes, ha, that'd be ironic.
Oh my God, of course he would say something like that.
Just out loud, just like that. I was like, oh God.
Oh my God.
So funny. He always says shit like that though, where you're like, oh
yeah. So I've been learning French.
1 second, I need to get a charger.
Okay. So yeah, so I started
learning French
recently, and there are just some really funny things about the language.
I've been talking about it for a while.
I know, but like
just didn't get it.
Some of their words, like
I've been saying.
Like moment is spelled exactly the same. Service is spelled exactly the same. Place.
They just drop out.
Yeah. It's like, yeah.
There's a moment.
Moment.
I've been saying this for years. And you're like, yeah, you know.
And I still like it. Like I still enjoy the language. I actually enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I was going to. French has always been kind of one of those things where like I've wanted to learn it, but I haven't. Like in high school, I was looking for practicality, which is why I took Spanish. Still sucked at it. But that's why I picked it for practicality. And then I was like, man, I think I would have enjoyed it more if I would have taken French.
Probably.
But today I applied as a non-student at a university close to us to take a French class.
Nice.
Yeah.
When does it start?
It would start like I probably won't get accepted for this, but June 6th is when it would start.
Nice.
But I'm thinking more of like the fall time because it's all online and it's all self-led. So even for like students, they put it like to all online for some reason. So at least the beginner level. So Yeah. And then I've been doing a couple apps, Duolingo and Linguist. I like Linguist a little bit more. But and I've been doing the, like, you know, what you talked about, the refold thing and like immersion and learning that way too. I like that a lot too. But I think I'm going to start supporting the French football team.
Soccer team?
Paris Saint-Germain. Yeah.
Wait. Whoa. The French soccer team?
Or Paris' soccer team.
Oh, okay. You said French. I was like, why would you do a national
No, no,
team just because you learn their
yeah.
fucking language?
I'm talking more specifically about Paris because it's like one of the more famous ones.
PSG?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because of Ibrahimovic.
Yeah, and they fucking they're like Jordan is sponsoring them now. And they have these fucking dope ass shoes, dude. I'm thinking about asking for like someone to buy me them for my birthday.
Are they cleats?
No,
Okay.
they're like actual shoes. Like
Okay.
Jordan, the brand, made them for like specifically for them.
Okay.
They call them match shoes or whatever. They look dope. But yeah, so I'm trying to immerse myself more into the French culture a little
I
bit
can't
more.
wait for you to become an old gay soccer dad.
I really want my
Like
one
a
of my
man
kids.
room that actually does look like a man room because it just has like a bunch of like sports memorabilia, but it's all like PSG and shit and Chelsea.
Chelsea has some new fucking also congratulations to them on winning the UC whatever, the like Europe Cup thing. I don't even know. Guys, don't
How can
read
you
me for
congratulate someone? You can't even say what they got.
this. But I know it's like champions of Europe.
Yeah.
Like they won
The
that
UEFA.
championship. Yeah. I'm proud of them. Even though I didn't watch a single game, I'm proud of them. They have dope ass fucking
You're like
jerseys though.
You're like a father who abandoned his child. I'm proud of him. I haven't talked to him in 8 years, but I'm proud of him.
Their new jerseys are fucking dope though. They look like
All of them?
kind of like 70s. Yeah, they have like lines and shit through them now. They look kind of like psychedelic-y, or that's like the vibe they're going for. At least with the commercials, the kind of I got from the marketing. But yeah, it was pretty cool. I'm actually really happy for them because they were kind of like with their last coach, who everyone flipped shit about, Frank Lampard getting like removed.
Yeah.
And then them getting PSG's old coach.
Yeah, honestly, he did that coach switch was better than I thought.
It looked way better.
Yeah, it was way better than
And
anybody
he
thought,
even
honestly.
took some players off for like a couple games.
Yeah.
And then put them back on, and they were like even better.
Yeah.
Like a Mason Mount is one of them.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, bro,
It was honestly, it was like kind of the dream. That's what every club hopes for when they do a coach switch, especially in the middle of a season. That like they got that 1%.
And they won a championship out of it.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's literally the dream. They literally were like, this is literally the best you can do.
Yeah. But I guess a bunch of their players have been getting like racial hate. Like a couple of their black players. Like, and it's like bad, and it's from the fan base. Like so much so that like
PSG?
No, Chelsea.
Oh, Chelsea.
Like so much so they're like getting harassed, like outside of like soccer or football or whatever the fuck it is.
Well, on what? Like in real life or on Twitter?
In real life.
Oh,
Like
wow.
because of who they are. Like Chelsea fans are doing this to like these like black players and stuff. And Chelsea, the club has been very outspoken about it. They're like, we don't encourage this in our fan base. Like, this is ridiculous. Like,
this isn't the first time they've had black players, though.
I know it isn't, but it's like really coming out for some reason. And they've been like addressing it.
I wonder why.
Yeah, I don't know. And like all the players, and I think the reason why, because I follow a few of the players individually, and the reason why I saw it is they were posting stuff about it. They're like, we love you. Like, we're here to support you. Like, nothing's ever going to get you down type of thing. And I was like, what the fuck's happening? So I went to their like Chelsea's official page, and there's like, this is unacceptable and blah, blah, blah.
I wonder why. Like, why it's coming out now type of thing.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy though.
That is pretty crazy. As I've mentioned, I think every episode since we've done it, I'm learning Japanese.
Yep.
And the thing I can give you this week is I feel like Japanese is showing me that I don't know English. Cause I've been watching things and I've even thought these things, or like, like came to some of these conclusions. Some of them like were from videos or things I read or whatever. But like one of them was like, when you're learning language, especially if you're going more immersion route, they're like, be okay with ambiguity.
Ambiguity.
Thank you. Especially in the early stages, but even later on, it's like you don't have to literally know every word in a sentence. If you get the general gist of a sentence, it might not be worth just looking up that word. If you keep seeing that word, then look it up. You know what I mean? But if you can get the gist, move on. And like they bring up like in your native language, you do this. Like when you read or when you watch a show, if you can get the general idea of the context, you just move on. Like you don't give a fuck. You know? And I was like, yeah, I kind of do, but I didn't connect that with like reading or like I didn't notice how much I did do it. So like started reading a book in English, and I basically did that for one line, and then it happened again. And I was like, you know what? No. Like, let's look up every word you don't know. Or like you don't, and I held that standard, meaning if someone goes, what's that word actually mean? I wouldn't feel comfortable giving him a definition. Like I can only give him like contextual. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, it means like not the best.
Yeah.
You know?
But you couldn't rattle off.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, but then why wouldn't you just say not the best? And it's like, well, it's because this one's better because I mean, you're right. That's a good question. Why? You know? So I basically, anytime I was like, I'm just getting this from context. I looked it up, and some of them, I'm getting the context a little wrong. Like you read it, and you're like, oh shit. Like I was overall right. Like, you know, negative. But it does make it more this way than I was thinking. You know what I mean? Or whatever. And like, I just realized like I read like 50 pages, and I feel like I had to look up way more words than I should have. I was like, am I fluent in English? I was like, I'm learning Japanese so I can be good in one language like that.
That's so funny.
Oh, like in 5 years, I'm going to be like, I'm more fluent in Japanese than I am in English.
Yeah. Oh, you mentioned something the other night where you're like, I'm just fucking up these 15 words and it's pissing me off. And I've been kind of having a similar feeling.
Yeah.
Like, cause I have like 11 to 17 words that like I just miss.
Yeah.
And, or like, I'm like, I know what it is, but I can't remember it.
Yeah.
Like I know, like I see it, like I see like a very faint outline of it, but like I still can't like fully give you what it is, and it pisses me off. But one thing too is I've been very like strictly trying to like mimic, the like accent from like the way that they're saying it, and then I just like thought to myself today, I was like, when I speak English, I was like, do I like pronounce things how I would think someone should in English? No. I don't like. Yeah, I don't pronounce.
You're also born with it, though.
Yeah, no, true. But
didn't you just make fun of white people? Did like last episode being like,
no,
"Hola, ¿cómo estás?"
No. I'm not doing it like that. Like I'm still gonna like try to do the accent, but I'm not gonna like obsess about it.
Well, especially at this stage. Not at this stage.
And because I was like, and it was like, I was like, I listened to it like 5 times.
If you genuinely do the immersion method, you'll get most of it from immersion.
And I already have like a way better French accent when I speak French than I have ever had.
Well. I think you could technically say that after day one.
Probably, I don't know.
But I mean, because like ever had, you've never known French.
But like even like pronouncing certain words are like way easier because I can't roll my R's. So like they kind of do something similar to that. Mm-hmm. But I find it easier to do in the French way. Yeah. With how like nasally they are and stuff and how they kind of explained it, like how you should do it. Mm-hmm. But yeah, and that was from the Refold thing. Like I read a whole thing about like how you should.
The phonetics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I was like, ooh, that's like actually really good. Like, oh, that really helped me.
Yeah.
And so I was like, kind of like, this is actually kind of cool. And what the Refold thing is like, it's like a community of people that come together and like help each other learn basically.
Yeah.
Through immersion. Yeah. But they also give you like applications.
Everyone has to like start out.
They give you like applications. They'll give you different resources that you can go and like watch a video or like download an app and do it that way. You know, that they take it a little bit more seriously. Cause like I like Duolingo, but I feel like it's almost like, you know, learn language light. Yeah. Where it's like fun. Like it's for the fun of it.
Well, I think it's almost think it's like learn language enough to tell your friends you're learning a language.
Exactly. But like with Linguist, I think it's a little bit, they take it a little bit seriously, like more serious, and they actually give you like stats and shit. Yeah. And they're like, hey, like this is what you need to work on. Yeah. And I like that. And like, whereas Duolingo is just like, yay, you did it. Here's a star. Yeah. And I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah. But what I realized today is I like a little bit of the way Duolingo does it, where they like will, like Linguist is very just like linear. Very straightforward, but Duolingo likes to like do different like ways of learning. So like they'll do just an audio, like where you'll just hear it and then tell them what they said.
Yeah.
Or they'll make you speak it and respond. Or they'll show you and they'll say it. So there's just like different ways of doing it. Whereas Linguist is just like, here's a set of words. What is this? And then you type it in and then they tell you how it sounds. And then they tell you what the sentence is.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. And I think it's a little bit easier for some reason for me to learn a language now versus when I was younger. And I don't know why that is.
I think, honestly, I think it's because you care now.
Probably, yeah. I didn't give a fuck about
Like you would have
Spanish.
said you gave a fuck.
Like,
now you actually do.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if you ever say you don't give a fuck about something. I think you tell everyone what you think they want to hear. And then the things you actually give a fuck about, you do.
I'm gonna say yes and no to that.
I mean,
I am a big people pleaser.
Anything that someone tries to legitimately put onto you, like it's like, okay, now you have to live it out right now, or say that you are, you'll say no to. But anything else?
Well, yeah, it's like pick and choosing your battles. I don't want to fight everything. Like
no. Don't try to escalate this into it's either fight or I agree with them. You agree with everything. Like even if you're like, I'm not really that into it, you won't say that. You'll just go, yeah.
I think I'm saying that a lot more.
Maybe
I
now.
think it's something
maybe now
because I'm a big people pleaser. Like I will be the first to admit.
Yeah. So maybe now. It hasn't been long enough to change it in my mind. But like it could be now. You could be 100% right.
Because I feel like if there's something that I really don't want to do,
well, that's what I said. When someone puts it on you, you say no. But like you don't even like change the conversation at all. Like if someone's like, I really want to learn a language, and you were like, kinda. You'd be like, yeah, me too. You wouldn't wait for the actual yeah, me too part.
Well, I think part of me, like, I always like trying like new things. And I've always been a yes person. I'm very much so a yes person.
Yeah.
And just like all things, like just fucking do it and figure it. And that's honestly like work culture kind of ingrained that into me. Just like, yes, just say yes and like find out what happens. And so I think that's probably why. And then being the people pleaser, it's just like, oh, they want to do it. Okay, we'll do it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I definitely agree with you that I have had and have those tendencies.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to work on it and become better about it because there's some things I just don't want to do and I'm not going to do them anymore.
Yeah, I feel you.
But I don't know. Life is changing, becoming different.
Hallelujah.
I also think I want to live in France one day.
For sure want to visit.
Yeah, I think I'm going to love it.
Dude, I'm going to laugh so fucking hard if you hate France.
You say the same thing about London, bitch.
I will laugh hard at both of them. I'll laugh harder at London.
Yeah, I'm going to laugh so hard if you fucking hate Tokyo.
You should.
I'm going to laugh. I'm going to hysterically laugh. Hi.
You should. Well, I mean, sure. Here's the difference. I never say I will love Tokyo or I will love Tokyo or I know I'll love Tokyo. You say you love places. That's why it's funnier. I even say now, it's like, I might hate Japan.
Yeah, but I think there's some part in you that just because of who you are, you have to have that part where it's like you don't let yourself down type of thing. Whereas me being more of like an all.
Yeah, so one's funnier than the other though, because of who we are.
Anyways.
Because you're like, I know I will. And then it's just like, and for you to admit it, especially while you're there, means you would have had to hate it. Because there's going to be, if you dislike it, which I'm not saying there's not. And I think.
Could you see me liking France or England?
That's what I was about to say. I probably would, if I was a betting man. Ooh, this is hard. If I was a betting man, I would say if you learn French to the degree that you can understand mostly what people say, I would be surprised if you liked. I'd be more surprised if you disliked France.
Okay.
Anyway, Backing up a little bit. Oh, okay. Because there's several ways that you'll dislike it if you do dislike it. If you liked it, but like you definitely don't want to live there anymore, you'll just be like, maybe I'll live here. Maybe. You'll just say maybes the whole time you're there, and we'll come back. And then after a month, you'll be like, I thought about it. I like it. I'll definitely go back, and you definitely will. But I just don't think it's for me. That's like the minimum. If you're like, you like, but don't love. But then if you dislike it and you just know you won't even be back, but it's not like a hatred, while we're there, you'll still say you like it. And then after a few months, you'll be like, it wasn't my favorite. But if you get to the point where while we are there, you're saying you dislike France, I don't know what's happening to you in France. Like, that's like so anti-you.
Yeah.
That I'd be like, man, this place is shitting on Eastwood right now, dude. I'll evac you immediately. I feel like this is too much. This place is mean to him somehow.
What if we both become fluent in our language and end up not liking?
Oh, well, so the thing that's nice about me in Japanese is I know for sure I like their media. So if I go to Japan, I don't like Japan, I can be like, peace, you make good media.
Well, no, yeah.
And so I'll still have a shit ton of shit to consume, and I'll be like, I'm glad I did this. Hey, it's a fun language. Or it's a shit language, but fun things. France, I don't know. It would tell me your opinion if you hated it, if you learned French and then you ended up hating France. How would you feel?
I'd be happy that I learned a language. I still feel very accomplished with that. If I could carry on a conversation with somebody naturally, not naturally, but like
I call it like adult fluency is where I want it, where at least I personally want to hit. I want it. If I had to live in the country, I could live.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I could have a job. I could and any weak areas I could improve pretty fast because I understand the language. You know what I mean? That's where I want to be. I'm guessing you're in a similar spot.
Yeah. I mean, I would like to be like, I think if I end up really liking France and I can immerse myself in the country and culture for like 5 years, I could probably become pretty fluent. I mean, anyone could probably do that.
You know, you can do that in the States in like 15 months with Refold.
No, I know. And maybe I want to get there.
But I don't think you're receiving it.
But some of my, but I know I'm probably not receiving it at all. And I'll probably receive it later when someone else says it.
Or you watch the right YouTube video.
But my thing with it is like, I also like cultural things. So like, I like being like, and I know you can immerse yourself through like media and stuff, but like there's a difference between watching something and actually being there.
Yeah. But why wouldn't you get fluent watching stuff? And then so when you're there, you live it to the fullest.
I don't know. We'll find it. To be determined, folks.
Wait till he watches the right YouTube video. And then I'll get upset again.
Yeah.
And the cycle continues.
That's how it flows.
That's how it very annoyingly flows. Anyways, I think it's a good spot.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. If you've hung on this long, we really enjoyed talking and we hope you enjoyed it too. If you do, please say something. Leave us a review. Yeah, we're Smoke With Us podcast on anything we're on. Whatever you listen to us on, do what needs to be done there. You know what needs to be done there. Subscribe, like, share, whatever. Review. You know. Yeah. We believe in you. You're a big boy. You're a big girl. You know what to do. We have been having some issues with Apple Podcasts for some reason. So we'll keep an eye on it and see. And the WeTube. So you're probably a few weeks behind. Eventually you'll hear this. WeTube. So it's always weird. I think I just need to do it on its own individual day. Something about if I try to upload it with the others. I don't know. Anyway, and follow us on what we're on. So we're on all those things. On Twitter, we are SWU Podcast. SWUPOT cast. And we're Smoke With Us podcast on anything else. Yeah, so we smoked on the strain Purple Mimosa. What's your high right now? Probably an 8. Yeah. I think I'm at like a 7.5. Yeah. What's your thoughts on it? I like it. I'd say it's the top 3. Like not top 3 overall, top in the 3s. I like how it hits. I like how it feels, but I don't love how it feels, but I really like how it hits. And it's kind of heavy in a good way. Like, you know what I mean? It's heavy handed. I like that. I like sometimes I like my weed strains to choke my brain a little. Yeah. I give it a 4. I don't give really anything a 5, so that's why I think it's
I think it's just Northern Lights we gave a 5. Maybe Skywalker. Maybe we gave
it a 10.
Skywalker 5.
I give Northern Lights 10
Oh, and yeah.
because it just breaks the Richter scale.
It
over
really
here.
does, though.
But I like it a lot. I think it's a very the first experience I had with it, which was by myself, it was very uplifting
Mm-hmm.
and very it made me feel very happy. Like when I was like blitzed out of my mind with it.
Mm-hmm.
So like they say online it is like Leaf Leah said it does help depression and stress. So if you are battling that, Purple Mimosa is definitely a good strain, and I definitely feel like it's a really good strain to kind of just like lift your spirits a little bit and to kind of help you get through your day or end your day or however the fuck you want to smoke it. I definitely think it could be smoked during the day. It is an indica, but I don't feel like I want to fall asleep.
Yeah, you can definitely do shit on it.
Yeah. So I think you can smoke it at any point, but I think if you guys see it, you should definitely pick it up and at least buy an 1/8 of it and try it.
Yeah.
It's some good shit.
Yeah. And one last shout out to our sponsor, East Tree CBD. Use SW10 to get all your CBD and Delta 8 and even Delta 10, I believe. I think it's on there now.
Yep.
If not, it's about to be. Needs.
Yeah, no, it's definitely on the website.
Cool. All right, we're gonna send you out the same way we always do with St. Warhead's Sparkler.
Smoke weed every day.
I've been wavy for the longest, need the rest of y'all to catch up to me. Terpene gravy for my bong hit, so every hit is extra gooey. Then I light it extra doobie, get high while I Netflix movies. Pass it to my baby, muffled coffee in my face next to boobies. I like to get high a lot, I like to get high a lot. My girls, they take smaller dabs because we have to buy a lot. I hate it when my lighter's lost, don't you too? That shit sucks, anywho I got shit to do. Need a smoker then after fuck, no I don't wanna work with you. All you other rappers suck, I told you I got work to do, so will you please get off my nuts? Sorry, don't think I'm high enough. Nope, light another up. Coughing while we mob and drop the glob, and when the glow is up, 99 problems think I solved until I sober up. My squad do this often, we hot boxing if we pulling up.
99 problems, think I solved until I sober up. My squad do this often, we hot boxing if we pull
I like my
skip drip.
it light up like a spark. I like my
Skip drip.
it light up like a spark. I like my
Skip drip.
it light up like a spark. I like my
Skip drip.
it light up like a spark. I like my
Skip drip.
it light up like a spark. I like my
Skip drip.
it light up like a spark. I like my
Skip drip.
it light up like a spark. I like my
Skip drip.
it light up like a spark. Dabs got my fingers sticky like I'm Peter Parker. Feeling like a king, scrolling memes with scenes from Arthur. Sauce has terpenes, diamonds looking like it's tartar. All my friends grow weed, we got some inner city farmers. It don't matter if you broke or not, you can find a way to smoke some pot. Every spot is overstocked and every block an open shop, and everybody's high, you can't even find a sober cop. Every night I'm stoned, then I zone out and play Overwatch. Then I get hungry as I'm looking for some shows to watch. Baby plug me with some munchies, all of a sudden I'm dozing off.
Then I get hungry as I'm looking for some shows to watch. Baby plug me with some munchies, all of a sudden I'm done.
I like my
Skip drip.
it light up like a spark. I like my
Skip drip.
it light up like a spark. I like my
Skip drip.
it light up like a spark. I like my
Skip drip.
it light up like a spark. I like my
Skip drip.
it light up like a spark. I like my
Skip drip.
it light up like a spark. I like my
Skip drip.
it light up like a spark. I like my
Skip drip.
it light up like a spark.